everyone, today we will talk about the LGBTQIA rights, especially the trans rights. This is a video presentation made by Loic Mancam, Aisha Job, and Kies Machado. So let's dig into the topic. What does being a trans person mean? A transgender person is someone whose gender identity differs from the sex they were assigned at birth. Gender identity is a deeply felt sense of being male, female, or another gender. So, it could not possibly correspond with the sex assigned at birth. Some transgender people who desire medical assistance to transition from one sex to another are identified as transsexual. The history of transgender individuals is diverse and complex, with experiences varying across cultures and time periods. The modern concept of being transgender did not develop until the mid-90s. While transgender identities and expressions have existed throughout history, societal attitudes and acceptance have fluctuated. For example, in the Asian cultures, they acknowledged and accepted diverse gender identities. It includes the Hijra in South Asia and Two-Spirit people among certain indigenous groups in North America. Through the Middle Ages and Renaissance, historical records indicate instances of individuals challenging traditional gender norms, but understanding is limited. During the 18th and 19th centuries, medical and psychological perspectives on gender variance emerged, often pathologizing transgender experiences. The increased medicalization of transgender experiences with developments in gender-affirming surgeries. The Stonewall Riots in 1969 marked a pivotal moment in the LGBTQ plus rights movement, including transgender activism. Legal changes, including gender recognition on identification documents and anti-discrimination laws, has been applied, and they continue the challenges, including violence, discrimination, and disparities in healthcare. In the 21st century, they increase visibility through media representation and public figures. There are ongoing activism for transgender rights, including access to healthcare, legal recognition, and protection against discrimination. And society is evolving and the growing understanding of gender diversity.
Should transgender athletes be permitted to compete in their respective genders categories? First of all, if a girl turns into a boy or a boy turns into a girl, they should be able to compete on their new gender. It's a right to change gender. So if they change gender in their lives, why they couldn't do the same for sports? For example, in modeling competitions, we see more and more transgender models. This year, Miss Portugal was a transgender, so why not also here? Like Lucas Draper, age of 21 years old, who started swimming with women, but he decided to become a man, so he's now competing with men's team. He said that he's happier now that he's ever been. If he feels better into male gender, he has the right to compete with men. We know that men have more testosterone than women. Perhaps Lucas Draper, he began a regimen of testosterone therapy as part of his transitioning to a man, so the gap drops. If transgender athletes couldn't perform in their new identity, it's discrimination. They should be more integrated in the sports world. We know that 59% of transgender people suffer discrimination. We have to help them. If they couldn't compete, discrimination will increase for them. Perhaps not everyone seems happy with that.
Yes, it's true. For many people, transgender athletes shouldn't be allowed to compete with a new gender, especially trans women. We will see one of the best known recent cases, Leah Thomas. She is 21 years old, and for more than 3 years she competed with men's team at the University of Pennsylvania. And after a long break, she's now competing with a woman. She caused a sensation during the 100 freestyle prelims at the NCCA Swimming and Diving Championships on 19 March 2022 in Atlanta, where she won the race without much difficulty. But according to the NCAA rules, she didn't break any rules because she took testosterone therapy twice as long as she should have. Like I said before, a lot of people doesn't want them to compete with girls because they think it's unfair to cis girls who are biologically less strong and faster than transgender women. For Dr. Michael Jorner, a physiologist who studied Thomas' transition from men to women, he says the emerging evidence is that there are legacy effects of testosterone, especially for people who have been through puberty as males and had exposure to testosterone for prolonged periods of time. He also said that hormone therapy can't reverse everything. It's probably not reversible. And size, foot size. Some of the issues related to muscle mass, lung size, and other things probably are never gonna revert completely, if at all. And this is not a cliche to say that it's easier for trans women to compete against girls. It's been scientifically proven.
So, in conclusion, we can say that in the US, transgender rights have seen progress in recent years, but challenges still exist. Key developments include legal recognition, where many states allow individuals to change their gender marker on their identification documents, such as driver's licenses and birth certificates, to reflect their gender identity. Anti discrimination laws. Some states and cities have implemented laws protecting transgender individuals from discrimination in areas like employment, housing, and public accommodation. However, these protections vary by jurisdictions. Healthcare access. The Affordable Care Act (ACA) prohibits discrimination based on gender identity in healthcare, and many states have specific policies supporting transgender healthcare. However, access to gender affirming treatments can still be a point of contention. Also, the military service and the policies regarding transgender individuals serving in the military have evolved. As of the last update in January 2022, the Biden administration wrote a ban on transgender people serving openly in the US military. And we have also acceptance in social life, such as models, actresses, or athletes. And most people think that a solution for everyone who can be equal and fair is to create a category of only transgender person. It is crucial to note that legal and policy landscapes can change continuously. Additionally, public opinion and social acceptance also play a significant role in shaping the experiences of transgender individuals in the youth.
This text introduces a new topic, the inclusion or otherwise of transgender people in the world of professional sport. It's quite important to talk about these types of subjects because these kind of issues will come up in the months and years to come.